and welcome to the MSY. I'm Habibatu.
And I'm Ron Garza. Looking at today's top stories, a South Carolina teacher sues a student after her private photos go viral.
And a divide between the justices of the Supreme Court put the deliberation of the Texas abortion case into caution.
But first, we are sad to announce the passing of Mrs. Nancy Reagan today.
Nancy Reagan, former First Lady during the Reagan presidency from 1981 to 1989, died at the age of 94 in her Los Angeles home of congestive heart failure. Mrs. Reagan was known for her devotion to her husband for over 52 years of marriage. She championed the foster grandparent program during the President Reagan's governorship of California. And in the 1980s, Mrs. Reagan created the Just Say No campaign against drug and alcohol use by young people. After President Reagan died in 2004, Mrs. Reagan promoted research for a cure to Alzheimer's disease. Mrs. Reagan will be buried alongside her husband at the Donald Reagan Presidential Library in California.
And welcome to today's edition of Amherst Wire. I'm Haley Reiger.
And I'm Habibatu Ba. Let's take a look at some of today's top stories.
Coming up, the results of Super Tuesday.
Samsung announces its new phone to compete with the newest iPhone.
And did he or didn't he? We'll tell you what happened with Tom Brady's proposed contract extension. But our top story this afternoon, Super Tuesday. Voting is over, and that means the results from 11 state primaries are in.
Katie Donegan is here with the story. And Katie, what happened yesterday at the poll?
Well, there's a lot to talk about. It was a victory last night for Trump. He won big in Massachusetts, followed by Kasich and Rubio. Democrat results were closer, with Hillary at 50% and Bernie at 48%. Trump and Clinton did well as expected, but it's not over yet. We've got 7 primaries coming up this weekend.
Thanks, Katie. Hopefully everyone at UMass got their absentee ballot in on time. Drug offenses in Southern Ireland seem to have led to the execution of all adult men in one local village. According to The Guardian.com, the matter came to light last week during an interview with Ms. Molaverdi, the Iranian Vice President for Women and Family Affairs, labeling the Iranian society as responsible for the families of those executed. She says more support should be provided before the survivor become a potential drug trafficker to get revenge.
This year, the University of Massachusetts is planning to send a student team to the world's largest student competition for social good in Texas. All that and more coming up. A team of 4 UMass students will be heading to San Francisco next week to compete in the Holt Prize competition. The UMass team created a business plan which involves removing trash in Brazil and recycling it. After the trash is recycled, it will be sent to brokers in exchange for money, which will be loaned out to native entrepreneurs. Judges were very impressed with the team's business model, which allowed them to advance to regionals next week. If they win regionals, they will head to nationals to compete for the $1 million prize.
An epidemic has invaded our society and may cause serious injuries if not taken seriously. MSY Gabriela Reyes explained how dangerous it is for pedestrians to pay more attention to their phone than the road.
Texting while walking has Gabriela Reyes, MSY, Amherst.
If you need more information on texting while working, go to our website, msy.tv.
And Saturday, thousands of students will be walking to the Mullins Center for the free Mullins Live concert.
Here is MSY Breda Turner, who's been covering this story. Do you think they will have a good turnout for this concert, Breda?
Well, last year's concert brought 5,200, so maybe they'll have a good one this year, too. Just this morning, the Student Government Association announced that Jason Derulo will be the concert's headliner. Pop bands Capital Cities and rap group Migos will also perform. The concert is one event put into place by UMass to divert students from Blarney blowout activities on the first weekend of March.
Thanks, Berta, and let's hope everyone will be there.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a hit.
Hello, this is Ananya Rao.
And I'm Britta Turner.
Today's top stories include
A Tennessee man gets shot brandishing a gun while at the White House.
Ron Garza has news of a recent hack distributing white supremacist flyers to college campuses in the region.
According to university officials, the hacker gained access to campus-wide printers and transmitted an anti-Semitic flyer across the campus. We've obtained a copy of this flyer, and as you can see, it contains text promoting white supremacist ideals. It also has a website URL belonging to an organization identified as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Unfortunately, this is the third such incident involving a swastika here at the UMass campus. Reporting live, I'm Ron Garza for Amherst Wire.
Let's hope UMass steps up with cybersecurity following this event.
Now, 2 students from the University of Massachusetts Amherst studying abroad in Belgium have been found safe following the terrorist attack in Brussels last week. Habibatu Ba is on campus with more details. Habibatu?
Here on campus at UMass Amherst just a moment ago, we learned that the university didn't wait to make sure that all UMass students in Belgium are safe after the attack. According to the Western Mass News, working alongside the University of Massachusetts, one of the students is studying in Belgium while the other is in a private trip. UMass officials' recommendation to the students is to stay close to their host universities, cancel their travel plan through Europe. If trips are mandatory, to be wary to reliable news. Even though the university is worried about safety, it reminds students to not let terrorism change their plan while abroad. Reporting live, MSY, Habibatu.
Thanks, Ba. Those sound like some really good tips, especially with study abroad programs being so popular among students. Thanks for the update.
Ici, nous sommes à Niagara Falls, une municipalité ontarienne connue pour sa renommée touristique. Les chutes de Niagara sont un ensemble de 3 chutes d'eau qui sont les chutes américaines, les chutes canadiennes et le voile de la mariée, situé sur la frontière entre le Canada et les États-Unis d'Amérique. Le terme Niagara signifie tonnerre des eaux. Elle a été désignée par les Amérindiens. Suivez-moi, nous allons les visiter ensemble.